Faisal Islam. So will the class of 2012 be a lost generation? Well, as I said, today at the offices of Channel 4, a conference was held on the whole issue of youth unemployment. We brought together young people, business leaders and politicians, and we did so in collaboration with Channel 4's Battlefront programme, which will follow unemployed youngsters on their road to work. We kicked off by trying to get to grips with the scale of the problem.
Before becoming a Battlefront campaigner, I was an unemployed graduate, having to move back home, as many graduates have to. 22,000 graduates in 2012 left without a job, and a lot of them are expected to be long-term unemployed after 6 months.
It's a problem that has been getting steadily worse for about 12 years. I think there is a big role for employers in this as well, in actually working to try and create the work opportunities and design the sorts of programs that will equip the people with the skills that they want to hire from.
I spent 6 weeks working at a media company, being told that there's probably a job at the end of it. Came in, did every day as much as I could, and by the end of it they said that they couldn't hire somebody who hadn't actually worked in the industry before. So I spent 6 weeks there, unpaid work experience, and then couldn't actually get the job from it.
If you're on apprenticeship wage in London, that's about £90, £100 a week that you get. In my area, a Zone 1 to 3 travel card is 35 quid. You can see it's really, really difficult for our young people to get to the opportunities in the first place. So actually, the Mayor of London, if he was really serious about helping youth unemployment, would help those young people get on the bus, get on the train to get to those opportunities. Because actually, one of the challenges we've got in areas like mine is there aren't the local schemes to be able to do that. Transport is absolutely crucial to this debate.
Everybody's nodding their head. The second session, chaired by Faisal, focused more on where these jobs might come from.
We recruit about 30,000 people a year across the country. We get several 100,000 applications for those jobs. It is about softer things. It's about skills rather than hard qualifications. Those are the things that will mark you out in any recruitment process.
We probably get 60,000 applications for 1,500 jobs a year, just to give you a sense of the challenge.
I, with a degree, actually applied to a supermarket and I still didn't get the job. Is that the situation we are at, where degree holders can't get jobs in supermarkets?
What sort of job was it that you were applying for?
It was, you know, just stacking shelves and generally helping out. But you're talking about soft skills. My CV definitely displayed, you know, soft skills.
You revealed your own prejudice, actually, because you said it was just stacking shelves. Well, actually, there aren't jobs that are just stacking shelves in supermarkets. That's actually very worthwhile work, because if someone isn't actually doing that, then there isn't stock on the shelves for customers to buy. And I think the reason I pick you up on that point is that one of the things that all employers will look for is people who are emotionally engaged with the task at hand. If you, it sounds like you didn't even get an interview, but if you'd sat in an interview with a supermarket store manager and said something like, look, I'm happy to just stack shelves if that's all there is to do, that actually would be a turn-off.
My first job was flipping hamburgers in McDonald's. When I worked cooking hamburgers, I learned loads of things that are relevant to me as the chief executive of a company that employs 11,000 people and has 23 million customers. We've done research recently which says that within the young unemployed in the UK, we have a higher level of digital literacy and digital skills than we have in the workplace. And we're trying to invest in the digital economy in Britain to bring us into an economic recovery. So businesses aren't getting it right.
Having a good attitude is really important. When I started work, I started I think 12 or something, and I just wanted to work. I wanted to earn money. I wanted to be independent, and I worked my way through college, which in America is really expensive, and so I worked really hard and saved and so on. And I think, but for me, it was a sense of independence, and it meant when I came out, I couldn't afford to do internships. I couldn't do unpaid work. I had to work.
We've got to decide as a country whether or not we really want to tackle this problem of long-term youth unemployment, whether we really want to tackle it. If we do, there are responsibilities for young people. There are big responsibilities for government, but there are also responsibilities for employers. Now, of the employers in this country who employ more than 500 people, that's the biggest companies in Britain, 70% don't offer an apprenticeship, which is the most common sense, understood route into the business. Now, that suggests that we're not serious as a country. The government's work programme that you heard about this morning, 1 in 50 of the youth unemployed at the moment will get a job through the work programme, according to the government's own statistics. It's not serious to take out a pea shooter and pretend you're going to blow up a tank.
There are a lot of things which now masquerade as apprenticeships, which are not what you and I would recognise as an apprenticeship. Learning a skill over an extended period of time with a significant investment in training and support in the workplace.
So they're sort of plastic apprenticeship.
I think it's pretty hard to do something that most of us would agree is an apprenticeship in 3 months or 6 months. I think an apprenticeship is a year or 2 or 3. And I think, therefore, the word has got a bit hijacked, and that's been unhelpful in the debate.
I never sort of was offered an apprenticeship after leaving school. It was always university, university, university.
And that was was Acton?
No, it was in Bexley.
Bexley. So you were schools minister around this time?
I think it's... The case that Chelsea's making, I think, goes to the heart of one of the 3 big problems that we've got. The quality and clarity of options for those who don't want to go to university is not good enough.
It's not even a matter of wanting to go to university now. People just can't afford it.
Well, hang on. Just on the university side, I mean, don't take away the message that somehow you've got this drag anchor on you. The big economic growth in the world is in India and China, where they're producing tens of millions of graduates every year. That's where the big economic growth is. So there are big questions that are being asked in countries like ours. The truth is, the most dangerous thing that any of us face, whether it's on the panel here or you in the audience, is this argument, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. That just isn't true. There are actually examples, not just in this country, but abroad, of how you can crack this problem.
And for more information on how to get a job in 2012, go to our website, channel4.com/news. And tomorrow night, I'll be questioning the Governor of the Bank of England, Sir Mervyn King, in his first ever live television interview. For 5 years, he's been dealing with a banking system in crisis and an economy trapped in double-dipped recession. We've been talking to young people looking for work about the impact of unemployment.
Since the recession's hit, there's a lot of cutbacks and letting people go and stuff. That's how I lost my job, because they had to cut back and they let me go because they didn't have so much funds and so much work coming in.
If you've been out for work for ages, then you're not prepared. It sort of throws you back because you're not prepared, you don't know what you're going into, you get scared, a bit petrifying, really.
So can the bank do more to help those who are desperate for work by getting the economy going again? And with fuel and food prices rising faster than take-home pay, what can the bank do to end the squeeze on living standards?
I think there's always a feeling of anxiety about the prices in the shops, which it never really seems to stop.
So that's exclusive tomorrow. Sir Mervyn King, 7 o'clock on Channel 4 News.